Could probably use a little piece of this. Got a little trick here I want to share with you. This is Rutland cast iron stove polish. It's a black liquid. I want to say I got it at Ace Hardware years ago. Contains something nasty. You definitely want to wear gloves. Let's see, shake bottle thoroughly, wipe with rubber gloves for protection, apply with soft cloth or sponge to cooled surface, buff when dry, some smoke will be emitted when heat cured. Okay, so anyhow, I think I used it on this one here the last time, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put something down on here just so you can see it in action. And I think what I'm gonna do is I don't remember if I used a brush or a piece of sponge. This is just that Scotch-Brite and sponge kitchen sink pad that I tried making that little engine turn design, and I wasn't happy with it. But yeah, whoop, I don't want it on the Scotch-Brite side. I want to put it on the, just squirt it out. It's black, and it kind of looks like paint, but you don't have to take all those special paint precautions. And we're just gonna put it on here. I'm liking the way that's going already. And you don't have to put it on too thick or too thin. This is just kind of for cheap guys like me who don't want to buy the stainless steel or some of the fancy ones, that ceramic coating that they sell on some exhaust. It costs a lot. It's no guarantee against rust, as many of you know that have had it. And it just makes it a little bit blacker. Kind of hides some of that cheapness, I guess you might sort of say. And it's just easy to put on. My Baja sits outside most of the time, and it really looks bad. We'll go do that next. But it looks like it's gonna rain. You know, you can take your time, do as good a job or quick a job as you feel like. You might want to put more than one coat on it. As far as I know, it's not like there's a big deal for drying time. But if you get it on your skin or you get it on your clothes, it is going to be there a while. I don't know how to compare it with like a high temperature black coating or powder coat, but it seems like whatever you put on exhaust eventually gives up, right? The stainless steel will turn kind of a gold color. It's real pretty, but kind of expensive and heavy. Yeah. Let me just fire it up. I'm going to throw this on the garage floor, and we'll see what happens when it heats up. Real time, baby. that is. That is very old. It's just been around a long time. Inch and 3/8. And don't ask me about the muffler. I remember going to AutoZone with the car and a straight pipe, and I asked the guy, you know, what have you got in a lightweight, inexpensive muffler with a 2-inch inlet? And he brought this. He actually took me back to muffler section and let me look through some boxes. And this was a nice little short one that I pulled out. And this is the original zinc or whatever galvanized coating that's on it. And I've had it for years and years. It's not real quiet. It's not real noisy. It just kind of gets the job done. And as you can see, it's looking black, right? Oop. Now it's looking black, blacker, right? Maybe I'll go get my pencil. I love this thing. I keep it in the kitchen. 191, 200. Degrees on the elbow there, which isn't saying much, but at least it's some data. Oh yeah, sleepy dog, sleepy hound dog. All they do is eat and sleep and look pretty. Neighbor, you know, this is gonna go a long ways too, I can tell you that. You just dabbing a little bit with the sponge. Now, this is a cheap, rusty exhaust, and stuff burns off of it. I ran this all winter. This is, they used to call them Thunderbird mufflers, and now it doesn't have a name on it. I know it said empty on the box, so I'm just gonna wipe off the crystals, the real sad scabby stuff. I'll just do a little bit with that Scotch-Brite side. Woohoo! How's that for an old man, huh? I still got it. I still got it. So that's a pretty big difference. Are you even getting in the picture here? Ooh, ooh, yeah. Just to kind of give you the extreme type example. So, not taking any special precautions, or didn't sand it first, or do, you know, you could put a wire wheel on a cordless drill and probably make it look a little better. You don't want that on you, baby. So it doesn't fill in any of the imperfections, but it just takes that raw, rusty ugliness off of it. It's not like you have to go with the grain either. It doesn't really leave brush strokes. I don't know what it is. There was a word on here. I didn't recognize. It said it contains something renews and restores the beauty of unpainted cast iron. Well, this isn't unpainted cast iron. I suppose if you're not I think I did. Just you buy one of those disposable paint brushes, and I think I did it with that. Yeah. I really am tempted to take this engine out of the car. It hasn't been out of the car in several years. I had a cross shaft go bad on a transmission, and I dropped it and put a entire different transmission. I was kind of pressed for time, and I had one that I wanted to test. You may have noticed that that's a lot about what my videos and channels about is R&D, personal experiences of TheEZGZ. I'll tell you the good and the bad, and you know, this ain't no show quality stuff. I'm just not into that show quality. When I built my tub buggy, I bet I avoided water puddles for the first 3 to 5 years that I had that damn thing. The car, I had a fiberglass car prior to the pretty red one, and I beat the hell out of that thing. It was junk when I bought it, and I just had an absolute ball. And then I spent some money on that on that new body, and I just couldn't bear to see it get uglied up. I'm gonna put it down here. I really do probably need to get a brush to get into all these little nooks and crannies, but like I say, I've been toying with the idea. I've got another engine build in mind. I don't know what it is, this fascination with engines, but I think I'm done experimenting with different size engines and camshafts and all that. I've been doing enough of my... I know what I like. I know what I want. I know what works and what lasts and what is least extreme and what's easier on my cars. I don't mind working on my Volkswagens, but I want it to be when I want to do it, not because I have to and something's broke. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Gene? That is sad. It kind of has like a bubble look to it, like there's some sort of reaction taking place. Man, this thing's filthy. We've been getting some rain here. Look at this, just my... Here's a thought. I'm gonna just put some on my bumper tubing. See how it does. This is getting rusted up, and I drove it more than I probably should have this last winter with that mag chloride, and it seems like they're putting more and more of that junk on the streets. Kind of a salt alternative, and it sure is hard on metal parts. You know what makes a car, to me? Wheels. I've always been a sucker for wheels. I don't judge a car by the paint and appearance, you know. I appreciate a nice car and the fact that somebody spent the time and money to make a nice car look good. But just take some old... When we were When we were in high school back in the 60s, heck, you just got enough parts from different cars to get yours all together, and guys would just shoot it with a hot rod primer gray and put some chrome reverse wheels on it, and that was that. We were done. So my dog, she just loves me. She just wants to be around me. She don't care what I'm doing. She's the best friend I've had. Very unjudgmental and always willing to go for a putt. Ain't that right, baby? It does sort of seem to dry. It looked pretty streakish there for a while, but I don't know. I don't know how it affects paint sticking or anything else. It's just an alternative. Seemed like last time I did it, it stayed on all that summer. These exhaust systems are just, call that a wrap. Little bonus for the holiday weekend. Okay, what are we, 5 feet away? So 5-foot rule is looking good. You want to get up there with a magnifying glass, it's probably going to look worse. Let's just get a little bit closer so you can do that. Oops, sorry about that. Yeah, it's not bright sunlight. I don't think we ran this one today. I went to yoga in the tub buggy, and the dog and I took Valerie to our little walking place. So maybe the Baja's next. Kind of heat that up and let it cure. It still looks bad, but it looks less bad. Maybe that's what I'll title the video. For a less than awful looking exhaust, try this stove black. Yeah, I think I need to pull this engine out and detail it. Everything, the distributor cap, the coil, the fan shroud, my intake manifolds are getting pitted. Probably just wipe those down with, I don't even know what to put on them. If you put any kind of oil or lubrication, it just seems to attract dirt and looks awful. And I go to the car wash occasionally and blow it off. Hope you're having a great holiday weekend. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing. TheEZGZ out.